Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be a video solely on kind of balloon pathing and the amount of balloons you kind of drop per defense. Yes, I'm kind of looking at it at the Town Hall 12 perspective, but you can also apply this to Town Hall 11, Town Hall 10, Town Hall 9, any Town Hall, because it will give you the stats and the numbers that you need to kind of figure it out for yourself. Before we do that, I will also be doing a few raids after the fact, and I do have a new overlay, as you can see right here, with the second webcam from my perspective. It's not as large as the clash screen, but it is a little larger than the very small one that I did use before. So let me know what you thought of this screen a little later. But before we get to that, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So you're probably asking yourself, what do you mean by loon pathing? Well, a lot of the times I've gotten many questions about how many balloons do you drop per defense and how do you move through the base so quickly and why do you have so many balloons left at the end? Well, an air attack is all about momentum, right? If you can get the balloons moving from, let's say, this archer tower, and then right away they move to that wizard tower, then right away they move to the mortar, like they don't stall. So what I mean by that is if you drop two balloons on this archer tower, yeah, they'll take it down, but if they move to this wizard tower next, they'll stall on the wizard tower. So I'll kind of walk you through what I mean. So we have an archer tower here. If we look at the HP, it is 1330, right? And if I scroll to this web page, which I do have the link down below, you scroll all the way to the bottom for every single defense you'll be able to see. So this strictly is just for archer towers. You'll see the archer tower has a hit points of 1330, but for yours, and you can kind of look at your max level. So max level of Town Hall 10 is right here. So Town Hall 10 would have 1050. And then you're kind of asking yourself, what do you mean by that? Well, if you go ahead and go to your camp, and then you go to your balloon, right? So your balloon's going to be right here, and it shows a damage per second of 236, and damage when destroyed is 268. So what we want to do is go ahead and navigate to the armies, and then we want to go to the elixir troops, and we can navigate over to the balloons. And you can kind of see all these different armies here. So here's the balloons, and we'll scroll all the way down to max balloons because that's what I've got, right? And then, so you can see the same thing here. So it's got damage per second 236, so 236. But this is the key stat that's not shown there. Damage per second, and then damage per attack. So what this means right here, damage per attack, is every single drop that one balloon does, it is 708 damage, right? 708 damage per each balloon. So if you do the math, right? So if you do 708, right? And what you want to do actually, if you go to the wizard tower, HP, so the max wizard tower has what? 2240. But before we do that, so you kind of do it in increments. So 708, right? So 708 times 2 is 1416. Is that enough to take this down? Yes. 1416, that means two balloons over it. If you drop them together, they'll take it down in one shot, right? So then what you want to do, then you go to the wizard tower, and so you can do the same thing. You scroll over to the wizard tower, you scroll all the way to the bottom, you take a look at the HP, and you see the HP on your side, but you can also look at the different levels here. So for the max one is 2240, right? So 2240, and then the balloons do how much damage, right? 708, so divided by 708. So if you do the 2,240 divided by 708, you're going to get 3.16. So that means you need 4 balloons to have the balloons one-shot the wizard tower. So you need to drop 2 here, and then you need 2 more to get to the wizard towers. So if you see you have archer towers and then wizard towers, drop a little bit more, maybe 3, probably 4, so it goes one shot and then moves to the wizard tower, one shot, right? And so let's take a look at the mortar. So the mortar's 900, so 2 balloons takes it down one shot. Let's take a look at the air defense. 2 balloons takes it down one shot. And then let's go and take a look at a max cannon. So a max cannon is 1620, right? So the balloon at 708 times 2 is only 1460. That means you need 3 balloons to take down a max cannon in one shot. So there's 2 balloons for the Archer Tower, 4 balloons for the Wizard Tower, 2, 2, and then 3 for the cannon. How about the Expo? 3,500 divided by 708 is equal to 4.9. You need 5 balloons to take down the Expo in one shot. What I mean by that is instead of the balloons hovering over it, dropping, and then they gotta wait, and then they gotta drop. So if you think about it, if you drop 3 balloons together, right, and they're over the Expo, and then all 3 balloons drop, they gotta wait, and then they gotta all drop again, and then it goes down, right? So in theory, if you had 6 balloons, all 6, it would have all one drop, and that's gone. Or 5 balloons, right? So if 5 balloons all come together over the Expo and it's full health, they all drop together, the Expo's gone. So if you think about it like that, right? So then the sweeper is 1050, then you only need 2 balloons. What about the eagle? So the eagle is 4,800 divided by 708. You need 6.77. That means you need 7 balloons to take down the eagle in one shot. So then you're thinking to yourself, okay, so you kind of know how much you need. And then Teslas, how much do they got? They got 950. You need only 2 balloons to take them down one shot. Is there anything else? Inferno Towers. How about them? 3,000 divided by 708 is 4.2. So you need 5. You got to round up. So you need 5 to take down the Inferno Tower. So what's kind of the highest? You need 5 balloons to take down the Inferno one shot. You need 5 balloons to take down the Expo one shot. You need 4 balloons to take down the Wizard. And then you need 3 balloons to take down the cannon. And then the rest of them are all 2 balloons. Take a look at your balloon level, whatever you have, the damage per attack, and then divide that by the amount of HP that defense has. That's how I determine how many balloons I drop, right? So kind of a recap, the Wizard Tower with no rage, what is it? 4 balloons, right? What about the Expo? 5 balloons, right? So if you want to do it again, 3,500 divided by 708 is 4.9. You need 5, right? So Expo is 5 balloons. Wizard is 4 balloons. Everything else, other than the Eagle and the Infernos, are 2 balloons. And the cannon, though, is 3 balloons. So that's how you kind of identify how many balloons you need to drop. But you got to think to yourself, all right, well, if you only drop 2 balloons right here, but then there's the Expo, there's a Wizard Tower, and there's some heavier defenses in the next layer, those 2 balloons will not make it there. So you're going to have to drop more balloons towards the heavier side so that they can move through the base, right? So I got my army cooked up here. So let me kind of go and walk you through what I mean in this raid. And if I time fail it, I time fail it. I just kind of want to point out the fact about kind of dropping the balloons and moving the momentum through the base. So once I find a base, I'll be right back. All right, so we found a raid here, and let's go ahead and take a look at the base. So we got the queen up top. I want to look at where is everything. We got the eagle down here. We got a sweeper here. We got another sweeper here, and then we got the queen up there. We do have a skelly spell right here for the queen. We're not doing the electron hit right now. We're kind of doing the normal kind of, just to show you kind of pathing of loons, right? And so what do we want to do? I mean, I can definitely push into the queen section. If you have the opportunity to push through the queen section, do it. Take advantage of it, because it's something that you definitely want to take down so you don't have to worry about it late in the raid. So let me go ahead and drop the wall breakers here. And then I can drop actually probably like a skelly spell on the outside. And then we can drop the king and then the queen. So the reason why I'm doing that like that is so that, how comes a lava loon or lava baby dragon. So we're going to have to pop the king ability. We're going to slowly get locked onto the lava hound there. Hopefully we can take down the baby dragon in the push there. So the king goes down. Baby dragon is now going to have to get locked on. So they're going to take down my queen. Not going to get an air defense down. So there was a CC. So we do have the town hall there. We didn't take down any air defenses. But what we're going to try to do is be able to overwhelm this base here. And so you'll see I need to have a little bit more kind of balloons to the town hall because it's got a lot of HP. So let's go ahead and fly into this area here. So look, you go 2 balloons on this archer tower, and then you need what? 4 balloons. So you need pretty much 4 or more to take that down one shot. All right, we're probably gonna run out of time here. So we're gonna drop some balloons up there with the warden, and then we're gonna kind of move our way through. So that's like one shot, right? So down that goes. Down it goes. Now we're going to drop some of you here. And down. See, so you kind of can see it's one-shotting everything. We'll go ahead and earthquake all that. We'll go and freeze all that. We're going to blimp through that. Pop the warden ability. Drop the next lava hound down there. And so we can kind of haste our way through. And haste our way through up there. And let's see if we have enough. We have 1 more. We have 7 more balloons. So 2 there. 2 there. And hopefully they can heal up right over that area. We'll definitely heal up over the middle, and let's go ahead and get the pups down, the minions down, and so yeah, so it's all about kind of, so we didn't even get a single air defense down, but grouping the balloons up together was able to help take it down. So let's see if we can definitely go ahead and haste through this. Let me make it a large screen here. 41 seconds, even though he did have a defending lava in his CC. It shouldn't be a problem. 35 seconds should be plenty of time. We did have a lava hound up, and we can drop the final haste if we want. Potentially, I mean, right about, I don't think we even need to drop it. I mean, we'll probably have to get rid of it anyways. But, so, do you kind of see, let me go ahead and replay that one. So what do? We push our way into the base here, right? So we try to break in, and we do break in, but out comes a lava hound, so we couldn't take down this air defense right here. I probably should have ended up freezing this, the town hall, the air defense, and that sweeper. I ended up dropping a little further back, and then I saw out came the baby dragon and the lava. So down goes the poison to slow him down. Queen's gonna have to lock onto the hound. Taking out on the archer tower. I dropped the baby dragon on the edge over there to see if it could get to the archer tower, but the storage kind of slowed it up. Gonna have to pop the queen ability, and let's go and take a look at the pathing, right? So the reason why I flew from the top side from 12 is because I did not want to leave the town hall at the end. That's probably one of the hardest things to take down if you don't take it down early through a warden ability. Because if you try to fly at the end, you might not have as many balloons left up, and it can definitely wreck your balloons, especially trying to get the warden over them. So now I was kind of explaining. And now comes about to drop the troops, right? So, okay, so I dropped some troops right there. How many do I have here? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balloons, and then there's probably like 1, 2, 3 balloons. So I'm like loading this top side up with a lot of balloons here. So that's 21 left. So that's what, 9 balloons up top? That's because I got to get through this. So it's going to one-shot if there's 2 together. And they're going to pretty much one-shot all these defenses. The whole point is so that when they get to this town hall, they can take it down very quickly. So you can see these balloons. So then I do what? I do 3 balloons. So a lot of times I do 3 or 4 because sometimes you might get hit with a seeking air mine and then it can screw up the pathing. So I drop the haste, and so you see, watch, there's so many balloons here, they're going to take it down, boom, one shot, right? And then they're going to move, and then boom, one shot. So what I mean by one-shotting defenses is they fly to it, drop together, then they move on. So air attacks are all about dropping and moving on, and not just dropping, hovering, waiting, drop again. You don't want that. That's the worst thing that can happen to air attacks. You got to get them to move together. And so in they go, so they're onto that. And now, how many balloons do we have left up that are going to be able to move this town hall? I dropped the earthquake to help take down the town hall pretty quickly, right, to damage it. Then I pop the CC blimp, and then I pop the warden ability to protect those balloons through that Giga Bomb. So you can see how many balloons do we have here. What do we need? 5 balloons. I mean, it's a little damage there from the blimp. So, and it goes one-shotting, right? So it's going to one-shot these defenses. So that all these expos were actually down. But let's see. Oh, so, okay. So it didn't one-shot that because we didn't have enough balloons there, right? So you want the obviously it's a little hard once they're kind of moving all over the place. But if you know they're going to direct target certain defenses, you want them to one-shot. And then that's why you can see, even though I didn't take down any air defenses, yes, the expos were down, but it was just so overwhelming, and I do have quite a bit of loons up. The Lava Hound is still up is because of the pathing. They went from defense to defense to defense, moving through very quickly. So yeah, that's kind of the thought process that I do in it. Right, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna go into one of the previous attacks that I did and show you exactly what I mean again by how many balloons that I'm dropping. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how I'm able to kind of move my way through the base and keep that momentum getting it done. So let me go ahead and bring that up and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this base right here. And we take a look at where are the kind of the key objectives, right? We have a sweeper that's pointed here. We have the town hall here. We have another sweeper that's pointed there. And then where are the air defenses? Air defense 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what about the queen? The queen's in the core with the eagle. All right. So what do we want to do on this base? Well, I saw that I do have, 5 wall breakers on this raid. So I wanted to kind of identify where would be the best spot to drop my heroes. And I decided to drop the heroes right here. I wanted to get the king going here. And then I wanted the king to run this way. I wanted my queen to step up and be able to remove this town hall if I removed that wall with the wall breakers. So you'll go ahead and see me drop the king on this gold mine, and he'll walk left to the mortar, and then he'll continue to walk left to the builder hut right there. So giving it some time here, I was kind of identifying where I wanted to hit and everything. And so, all right, so I dropped the king. I did drop 1 wall breaker to test because I wanted to break into this wall right here. I also dropped another balloon and the baby dragon here to kind of clear. Out comes Valkyries in the CC. Drop the poison to take it down pretty quickly. Pop that king ability to help take it down. Got Teslas by the town hall. And so now this is gonna, Tesla's gonna help bring the queen into the base and be able to take that town hall down. I mean, if that Tesla wasn't there, the queen might have ended up walking a different direction, but let's go ahead and see. So she's gonna drop or pop her ability and take it down. She's also gonna be able to step up and take out that air defense there. And so, all right, so now what do we have left, right? So we have the air defense here, here, and here. We remove this section, so essentially we kind of got like a little bit of the circle removed, right? So this section of the circle is gone. So now what do we do? Now we're going to direct target this wizard tower. We're going to fly through here, but look at how many balloons I'm dropping. Like 4, right? I want to take this wizard tower down 1 shot. So let's go ahead and see. We drop 1, 2, 3, 4. We drop 1, 2, 3 on the cannon, right? We drop 1, 2, 3, 4 on the wizard tower. So do you see now, does that start to make sense about, watch this. So it's going to 1 shot, right? So it's moving in. So it might not take it down because of the archer tower is going to take out a balloon. So boom, 1 shot, takes it down. That goes away. Now what about this? Boom, 1 shot the cannon. What about this wizard tower? 1 shot, 1 shot. And now they're moving into this archer tower, right? So these are all getting 1 shot. Now that's way more than 2. So that's 1-shotted. And so you see all the 1 shots. So now look, I dropped 4 balloons here. Now they're moving onto the wizard tower. That blimp is kind of coming across the base. And you just kind of can see, watch, this is going to go down 1 shot. Boom. 1 shot from all the balloons. So now the blimp came across, and now what do I have on the other side? I have some more. I have 4 balloons, right? So you'll be able to see me drop the haste. These 4 balloons move their way in. 1 shot, 1 shot, 1 shot, right? And then they go, now they split. But there's enough balloons to go 1 shot that, 1 shot the mortar. So do you see how that makes sense? That's why I have so many balloons up usually at the end of these raids, is because they're 1-shotting each one of these defenses, and you're not just dropping like 2 balloons. They're going to hit it, drop, they got to wait, drop again, and then they move. And if you kind of expand that and do that for like almost every single defense and they just wait, they'll just get picked off. The lava hounds won't last as long because they'll have to tank longer. So it's all about dropping more balloons, or the right amount of balloons technically, for each one of the defenses. And then if there's 2 defenses, like 2 archer towers, and then there's a wizard tower, and you drop 2 on each, and then you drop, and then they meet up, that's 4. And then they take down the archer towers in 1 shot, then they take down the wizard tower in 1 shot. That's though if there is no like seeking your mind or something that takes them out, because that can mess up pathing. So sometimes it's usually you drop like 1 extra per one of the defenses. So if something hits it, that momentum is still going to keep you moving through the base. But yeah, also you guys might have noticed that I'm currently in Hello for Now with my Tunnel 12. And this one is where I'm going to be competing this weekend with AWL in the grand finals. And this is a Town Hall 12. Bring your heaviest. So we're going to be matching up with 20 Town Hall 12s in the finals. And they're going to have 20 Town Hall 12s. And it's Hello For Now is currently undefeated. I was warring with them earlier in the season before kind of the CWL with WHF kicked off. And so now this is a bye week and the finals are going on. So I came over here to help the finals, and hopefully we can get that victory and go undefeated for the season. But we'll see. We've been doing a lot of FCs and practicing. But yeah, so that's going to wrap up this video here today. If you guys really enjoyed it, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, it really means a lot if you guys go ahead and subscribe down below. It also helps you guys keep up to date when I do post new videos. I try to post as much as I possibly can. And yeah, so that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and you all have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.